Urbex is the spirit of the Northwest. You and I will travel and go on adventures together. There's nothing like the Northwest. You and I will experience new things together. There's nothing like the Northwest. And it can be found here on PNW Urbex. PNW Urbex is spirit of the Northwest.
Rodeway Inn & Suites in Fife is conveniently located off Interstate 5, just minutes from the Tacoma Dome, Emerald Queen Casino, and the University of Puget Sound. Whether you're here to visit a nearby military base or tour the Port Defiance Zoo and Aquarium with the little ones, we put you close to it all. Our hotel is pet-friendly with an amenity package that includes a guest laundry, a large meeting room, and free Wi-Fi. We'll get your morning started with a complimentary continental breakfast, and our sparkling outdoor pool is the perfect place to relax and unwind after a fun-filled day. Every room in our hotel includes a coffee maker, expanded cable TV, comfortable beds with plenty of fluffy pillows, and an array of personal care amenities. For special occasions, we have beautiful suites available with 2 televisions, a spacious living area, and a whirlpool tub. We have the accommodations for your next trip at Rodeway Inn & Suites.
Hello everyone. Rodeway Inn in Fife, Washington has always been considered more or less a budget hotel. You know, back in the day, it would primarily serve people that were visiting the Tacoma area for conventions and concerts and things of that such at the Tacoma Dome. Going back and looking for pictures online, one thing that pointed out to me is this room that has double beds in this bathtub jacuzzi. That is just the most bizarre thing. I mean, it's not really a honeymoon suite. It doesn't have a single bed. I mean, is anybody going to really be like in there with 2 different people and somebody's just going to be like, yeah, I got to take a bath now. You know, I mean, that's just, I don't know. To me, it's just bizarre. I mean, if it's a honeymoon suite, hey, I can see it. But I don't know. Family, kids, and, you know, adult needs to get in there to use the tub. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. But I digress. We're just going to take a quick look at what the status of this hotel is today, and we're going to take a little walk around. So first, let's see what happens to this motel. In December of 2024, a semi-truck lost control and crashed into the abandoned hotel. The hotel was already permanently closed. The driver sustained only minor injuries. In despite of what this picture shows, which is to me pretty horrible looking wreck, but thank goodness he was only injured slightly.
Tonight, firefighters are looking into what started a large fire at an abandoned hotel in Fife. We brought you this as breaking news on King 5 Mornings. The flames broke out around 2:30 this morning at Rodeway Inn along Pacific Highway. Firefighters from Fife and Tacoma responded, and the Tacoma Fire Department told us the building was abandoned, but it's not yet known if anyone was staying inside the building. No injuries are reported.
This hotel started seeing a decline along with other hotels in the area as the area itself was becoming more rampant with crime happening. As time went along, customer base for this hotel attracted customers that were basically drug dealers, users, prostitution, and others that were just down on their luck looking for a roof over their heads. In return, the hotel didn't keep up on the property and let the tenants basically have full reign. Since then, the hotel was forced to shut down. Vagrants would occasionally be breaking in and continue using the hotel. A fire started in one wing of the hotel that would spread through half of the building. Since the half of the hotel has been removed and the remaining building has been demoed out to just the structure in itself left. Where I'm standing now is basically part of the structure that had caught on fire and it had been removed. Normally when I make mistakes in a video, for the most part I'll take them out. This one though, I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to leave it in there. So let's see what happens to me as I'm walking along near this pool. Scene 1, take 1. Okay, let's try this again. Scene 1, take 2. Now, basically, I fell down. I just tripped over my feet. I didn't even trip anything on the ground. But I was pretty much covered in soot, head to toe, since that fire had happened where I was just walking through. But anyway, we're just going to take a look around here. Like I said before, the structure has been completely gutted. There was some signs of homeless, probably living in here, just get out of the rain. The pool, definitely, that is not something I'd be wanting to swim in. I mean, you've seen a picture earlier of what the pool looked like, and it looked pretty nice back in its day. Well, let's go inside and have a look around, see if we find anything. Before this place had been shut down, I drove through the parking lot a couple times, just kind of check the status of it. And, there was piles of tires everywhere and trash. That stairwell that you see there's one that somebody had rammed a car into, and they hit it with such force, it was basically all tweaked sideways. Like I said earlier, the owners of this property they were slumlords. They were just using people. There's part of the sign that must have fell off that they threw inside. Personally, if you were to ask me, I think the owners should have been forced to shut down many years prior. There was no reason to let this property get to the point that it had. But, I'm not in that situation as far as managing a property or a hotel, motel. So, and I'm not working for the city either. But, I don't know. It was a nice hotel at the time. Actually, since filming this, in the last couple of years, the other hotels in the area, not all, but some have gone in and completely remodeled their properties, fenced them in. The city has gotten a little bit better control on the crime in the area. And some of them are actually being in turn sold as condos. Others are still being maintained as hotels, but just nicer. And, the fencing in of the properties definitely helps with the crime in the area and gives people more of a sense of security. I haven't seen or heard anything bad. Not saying that I see anything really, but I'm assuming that they are doing much better. But anyway, let's go and have a little look around, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk around up front. Now, a lot of the trash had actually been carried out of this property, assuming the crew that did the demo on the burned out portion cleaned it up. There were still piles of some trash and tires left in there, you can see there, or they could have been dumped off. Since then, when I came on this property, the fencing had been taken down. It has since been re-put back up, assuming they probably still had problems with people coming in here. Now, there is a lot of truck drivers that come to the Port of Tacoma, and a portion of them were using this parking lot to sleep overnight, and mostly on the opposite end of the hotel, which we're going to go to. I didn't want to take any video of their trucks, per se. I did go down there and take a couple of still photos, and rightfully so, they hopped out and were wondering what I was doing. But anyway, let's have a look around. It's a little hard for me to talk about the type of people that were staying in this hotel towards the end. I would ever want to look down upon them. And we can sit here and complain about their problems all day long, but there's a human side to this story. And if you go to this hotel's Google reviews, ratings, take a look at the pictures, and you'll see some families in there with kids that were probably down on their luck and they just needed a roof for the night. They're probably homeless. So I think there's a compassion side to having to try to understand of what some of these families go through. Yes, there is the drug using part, and that's all part of the bad side too, obviously. But it's really hard for me to describe the type of people that were here. I mean, it's such a hard story, I think, for anybody to really understand unless you've been in their shoes. So I do have some compassion to that. I don't think there's really any one solution to the homeless problem. There's many contributing factors to that. But, I think I would like to think someday we can try to figure out how to get around these issues. But anyway, here's the front of the building. The part that I just walked in used to be kind of the small convention room that they had in the office area and the lounge where you could get breakfast. And then on the end here, we're taking a look at basically just the end of the building, some artwork that somebody did some graffiti on. And here's a sign where they would rent out the place at the end towards daily, weekly, monthly rental stays. Well, I do want to thank you for coming with me today. It's a little bit different video than what I would have typically done in the past, but there are some other videos that are going to be different that will be coming out down the road. I hope you guys have a great week. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.